I'm Chloe Kerr Stein, and I'm going to read a few poems. This first one is called Wishing, Wanting, Waiting. There's a mosaic, just a head tilt up from 4th Avenue, and 3rd Avenue, and even 1st Avenue if you squint and tilt your head to the left. There's a mosaic, where my DNA and yours are pulled apart from one coil. Mine is red, and yours is white, and mine is white, and yours is red, and I'm standing between them. On the ground, I can't tell the difference between the two. Sure, your mom and dad taught you differently than mine did. We heard different lullabies, played different cassette tapes in our mother's cars, learned to wash our hands in different kitchen sinks. The dirt I tracked into my house from playing pioneers in the backyard is not the same dirt that you tracked in from the baseball field. But it's all made of mulch and sand and silt and clay. I left my flat, and you left your apartment. And at the end of the day, we both had grime on our glowing faces, laughter rolling on our tongues, and a track of brown footprints behind us. When your mother scrubbed the grass stains from your cleats for the last time, my mama was soaking my favorite Little House on the Prairie hat in OxyClean. I would never be Laura Ingalls Wilder again. You would never be Babe Ruth. But we'd both hold on to the memories until all we had left was grass stains and the faint smell of fabric softener. We carried those memories through thousands of learned bus routes and forgotten algebraic equations, straight to 4th Avenue. I'm standing here now. Maybe you were here last Thursday, or else you're coming in the morning. But your DNA is here to greet me, with white and red stones against gray cement, and I can't tell it apart from my own. Thank you. This next one is called Two Girls Sit on a Patchwork Couch. Afternoons I visited her, and beneath the rainfall on her roof, cotton blankets wrapped around us, I drank in each of her syllables. She helped me find the right shape with my own tongue, giving my hand a squeeze when I got one right. Half my words were nonsense. She pretended not to notice. I envied her vocabulary and hoped one day I would be able to jinx her with a word like inconsequential or trivial or barbaric and know what it meant. You've probably guessed I loved her. So I stuck around like the scent of mulch in her backyard. I remember she took me there once to smell the jasmine. She never minded when I pronounced the word wrong or forgot which flowers are feminine, so I thought she loved me back. Imagine the quiet tears I shed when I finally remembered the shape of those words. She had helped me sound them out, thinking they were for someone else. Time after time I practiced until the vortex of sound opened up to me, and on Wednesday I told her I loved her, and the xenial melody of her voice responded, "Yes, that's how you pronounce it." I love the reactions that one gets, just like the This one's called Summers in the City. Summers in the city. Sunlight flew in overnight. It's perched on the weather vanes, and now it's sinking into everything. Summers in the city. Sunlight stuck to the air now, making each breath warm and sticky. Summers in the city. Sunlight's raining down. It's glowing against the pavement, making concrete sparkle for people who aren't here to see it. Summers in the city. Sunlight stuck to the storefront windows, shining so bright you can't see to the other side. Summers in the city. But the streets are empty. The converse and conversation, usually padding up and down Valencia, have gone on vacation. Summers in the city. Sunlight's perched on weather vanes and bouncing on concrete and sticking to glass panes, but we've lost the laughter of untied shoelaces and interlaced fingers. Funny, I've never noticed it before. Summers in the city, and sunlight flew to my windowsill to wake me up this morning, and conversation left me for tropical breezes. Summers in the city, and I couldn't care less, because you're on my mind. This last one is called Unnamed Cafe. There's a pregnant woman sitting across from me in a cafe on a made-up street. She doesn't have a name, and the street doesn't either, but the barista wears a tag that says Karen, and how may I help you, in white cursive. The woman without a name has ordered a drink without a coaster, and she's resting her hand on her stomach, waiting for the heartbeat of a baby she wants to name Green. They'll be full of life, she thinks. She takes a sip of the unnamed drink and lets the cup form a ring on the table as she sets it back down. They'll be full of life, she thinks, and we need that in this nameless world. She calls out to the waitress, calls Karen because she assumes. It's Tanaya, tags old, the woman in green responds. Green, thinks the nameless woman. And so the nameless fetus and the woman who wasn't Karen learned to share a name.